Hi Virgo, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you're rejoining us, and welcome to all the newbies. Hello, hello. It's good to have all your support. Honestly, I started this channel as a just something nice to do just a few months ago, and now there are so many of you that are sort of, you know, taking an active part in the channel by liking, subscribing and commenting. It's just so beautiful, honestly. So thank you all for that. I really appreciate it. What I would say is, if you haven't subscribed already, I would love to have you on board. So please don't worry about, if you're not used to subscribing, don't worry about being tied into anything or it costing you anything. It doesn't. So if you click the subscribe button and the bell, click the bell, you'll be notified of any future videos. So, all right, Virgo, let's get started. I'm doing these timeless readings just to find out how your energy is at the moment and give you any advice that Spirit want you to know. So these are general readings. I never know what's going to come up. So, Spirit, we're with Virgo, please. What messages do you have for Virgo? What messages do you have for Virgo, please? Okay, let's start. Ooh, we have nice grounded energy for you there, Virgo. We have suffering in silence. So some of you may have some worries at the moment, but let's see. Movement, choices and decisions. Intuition. Good. I love to see that. Intuition. What else for Virgo, please? Trapped in fear. Wonder what's going on for you, Virgo. And hope. I'm going to lay 9 cards, but let's start with these 6 first of all. There's some interesting cards here, Virgo. And do bear in mind, this is a timeless reading. So whenever you're seeing this reading is when you were meant to see it, okay? So as I said, when I brought this card out, you have the base chakra card. This is all about you keeping your feet on the ground, staying grounded, staying... you know, not going off on any flights of fantasy or anything like that, but just to be real in the moment, Virgo. And that's very Virgo, to be fair. But, you know, especially because they've brought this up, they're saying it's important that you do that at the moment. Make sure that you're feeling grounded. Your intuition is quite strong, because they brought up the intuition card. So they're saying stay grounded, but use your intuition to guide you through situations. Because it seems like you have some worries, you know. It seems like you're worrying about something at the moment, and it seems like you're finding it difficult to talk to people about that. That, you know, you're internalizing things. It's causing you anxiety. It's causing you stress, you know. And I always call it a busy head when you've got all those thoughts racing around in your head. But it really feels like you're trying to find a solution on your own to whatever it is you're worrying about, Virgo, you know. So we'll get some more information about that in a moment. But it seems that, you know, your stress levels are quite high. You know, maybe that's why you've sought out a reading today, because you wanted some reassurance. But, you know, here you are feeling quite sort of trapped by this situation, whatever it is. But what is lovely about this particular spread is that there is a lot of hope here, you know. You have this shining light ahead of you, Virgo. So it's not going to last forever. This worry, you know, this stressing and this worrying that you're doing over whatever your situation is, and it will be different for all of you. Obviously, this is a very general reading, but there is hope ahead of you. And not only the hope ahead of you, but you also have this movement going on, these choices and these decisions to be made. Okay, so things are going to be moving forward for you, Virgo. So if you're worrying about something at the moment, you know, bear in mind that it's not going to last forever. You know, you may be worrying about a situation that you don't need to worry about because you're just waiting perhaps for a decision to be made on something, or you're waiting to make a decision and you've struggled with it a bit. But it really feels like, although that's sort of dominating your thinking at the moment, it really isn't going to last, because things are moving on and you are going to have a lot of hope here. Let's get another 3 cards, please, for Virgo Spirit. Thank you. Okay, so we have passion ignited, emotional withdrawal, my goodness, Virgo, and authority. They want me to have this as well. Right, well, this is an interesting mix of cards, and I sort of smiled when I saw this, even though I shouldn't be smiling because you're feeling it at the moment. But, you know, some of you may feel like you want to run away from this situation. I mean, look at these 3 cards. It kind of feels like you're really worrying about something at the moment. We have suffering in silence, trapped in fear, and emotional withdrawal. So this is the sort of state you're getting into at the moment, Virgo. You know, and this is why Spirit they've really emphasized this point, which is why I sort of laughed when that came out, because we have them all in one row. But, you know, some sort of decision is going to be made. Some sort of leadership is going to happen, because we have this card of authority here. So it may be for some of you, this is why you're feeling stressed, because maybe you're waiting for a decision that you're hopeful about. I mean, this is very simplistic, but they sort of tell a story here. You're waiting for some sort of movement on a decision. There's hope around you, a lot of hope around you, so that feels very positive. And it feels like someone in authority is going to be making that decision, and maybe that is what's going to affect your life moving forward, you know? And it's a situation that you feel passionate about. Okay, so maybe you've applied for something, or maybe you're waiting for, you know, the result of something, or, you know, if you're a parent, maybe you've applied for school places and you want a particular place, or, you know, maybe you've applied for a uni place, or, you know, it depends when you're watching this particular reading. But it almost feels like you're stressing because you want the outcome of this decision, whatever that is for you. And it's something, again, we have this card of heartache or loss. I want to hold that to one side because I want some clarity. In fact, I'm going to do that clarity right now, because it came out with the authority card. Okay. And I don't want to say anything else until we've got some clarity on that. So let's get some clarity now. Why do we have authority with heartache and loss, please? Okay, so somebody's juggling a situation. They're trying to find a balance here. So I don't know whether that's you or whether there's that person, but it almost seems like they've just said to me, Spirit have just said to me, fair outcome. There's going to be a fair outcome. So the reason they gave us the heartache and loss card with that was because it may not go totally the way you want it to go, but it will have a fair outcome. Okay? So, you know, there is hope here. There is a way forward here. There is this balance going to come back in. You're going to be out of this worry energy, Virgo. You know, there is going to be some sort of compromise here. Okay, so when this decision is made by whoever it is you're waiting for, it may not go 100% the way you want it to, but it will come out in a balanced way. So let's go through some more of these and see if we can find out more about this situation, see if we can sort of pinpoint some things. Yeah, there's always this rushing in energy, you see. This is why Spirit are asking you to stay grounded, because with the Knight of Swords comes in usually with some sort of offer, and usually comes in, you know, cuts through any obstacles, basically. And it's almost like, you know, Spirit is saying to you, they want you to stay grounded and use your intuition on this particular issue, whatever it is for you. because you've got to just wait until the decisions are made. It's not something you can go rushing into and sort of, you know, knock everything out the way in order to get your outcome. It's not going to happen like that, Virgo. And maybe this is why it's stressing you, because you're having to wait. It's almost like you're in someone else's hands a bit at the moment. So why do we have intuition and passion ignited, please? Yeah, it's something that you want to be rewarded for. It's something that, you know, this is about, the World card it shows you being rewarded for past efforts. Okay, so if you've had some sort of battle regarding this situation you're waiting for a decision on, then you're going to be rewarded. Okay, the World card is here to say, you know, all the effort you put in, or all the struggles you've had will have been worth it, Virgo. So let's see about why you're worrying here. What is the stressing in silence about? I don't think this is a side issue, but I don't think that you're going to be waiting too long. You're going to be hearing some information. I think it's going to be coming in quickly, you know. So even though you wanted to sort of rush in and hear what somebody has to say because you want an outcome, I don't think you're going to be waiting too long, because again, the Eight of Wands brings action and it brings it quite quickly. So I do think it's going to draw to come to a conclusion fairly quickly. Okay, but it will be at this person's timing. So I'm going to put that just sort of there, because I think that's where it belonged. Actually, no, it's not. It belongs there, which is what I was asking for. And what they're saying is that, you know, you've been feeling very trapped in fear. You've been suffering in silence. You've been stressing. You've been worrying. And they're saying it's coming to an end. Some action's going to be taken. You're going to be hearing this information you wanted to hear. And, you know, it's going to happen more quickly than perhaps you thought it would. So that's, you know, a good step. So why do we have emotional withdrawal here, please, for Virgo? Yeah, you're worried that something is happening underneath the surface that you don't know about. You feel like someone is acting in an underhand manner, or that they're not telling you the whole truth. Okay. And, you know, that's all because you're in a state of fear, basically, Virgo. You know, when we stress about things and our mind goes into this busy head sort of situation, you know, and you're feeling sort of, you know, emotionally tense because you're afraid of a situation, because you're waiting for an outcome. You know, it's very easy sometimes to feel that people aren't being open and honest with you. And it's because you haven't yet heard the outcome of whatever it is you're waiting for. So why do we have movement, choices and decisions, please? Why do we have movement, choices and decisions, please? Well, it's a card of celebration here, and it's a card of celebration with family as well. Friends. It's like a community celebration here. So, you know, your decision is coming. Like we said, you're going to be hearing something, and there is going to be some celebrations going on. Like we said, you know, it will give you hope. Okay. It may not be exactly what you thought it was going to be, but it brings you hope. Yeah, here you are again, looking this stressy energy. They're saying, Virgo, you know, don't keep yourself trapped. This is very much like this trapped in fear card that we had a few minutes ago. They're saying there's a bird here trying to give you hope, trying to guide you out. I don't know if you can see that little bird. But this girl has kept herself in her self-imposed prison. And this is very much about being in your head, not being able to escape your thoughts. She could untie her hands and walk out of these swords. You know, I say it every time we see this card because it's the best way to describe the emotion that's coming with this card. It's about you keeping yourself trapped in one particular way of thinking, when in actual fact there is hope around you. You know, there will be cause for some sort of celebration. So, you know, if this decision this person in authority makes isn't totally what you thought it was going to be, Spirit are saying don't keep yourself trapped in negativity. Look at the other side of the compromise that's being made here and, you know, pursue that positive thinking. So what else is here for Virgo with the heartache and loss and authority, please? What else is here for Virgo? Yeah, look, you're going to be feeling much more empowered, Virgo. You know, your thought process needs to be a lot clearer. This is why they're saying please don't stop in that energy, because although we have another sword card here, we have the Queen of Swords. She sort of commands, she can be quite cold, she can be quite cutting sometimes, but what she has is clarity, and she's very much governed by the thoughts. Okay, so this is about having, you know, having a clear head, taking things forward. That is the best advice that Spirit have for you here, because things are going to balance out. And there are some positives in the situation, in this decision that is being made. This is intriguing, Virgo. So if it resonates with you, please do let us know. We're getting some very specific messages going on tonight. Right, I'm going to draw it together with a couple of Moonology cards. So what's your overall advice, Spirit, please, for Virgo in this situation? What's your overall advice? A fiery climax approaches. So yes, you will get your answer, you know, and it'll just be, it feels like a fiery climax. Not that there's going to be arguments. It doesn't mean it in that way. It feels like it's going to be such a sense of relief afterwards that it will feel like a major climax, because the decision will, you know, will come. What else, please, for Virgo? All the cards going upside down. What else, please, for Virgo, Spirit? What else, please? Yeah, look, expect powerful change here, Virgo. So you will be removed from this worrying, stressing energy, because this decision is going to bring you powerful change. There is going to be cause for celebration here. Yeah, look, you're very close to achieving your goal. It's coming. This decision you're waiting for is coming. There are compromises to be made, but it's going to be a lot more positive than negative. So stay with it. Stay with it, Virgo. This is looking really good for you. Okay, please let me know what resonated. If any of you are interested in a personal reading, please drop me an email. All the details are down below. And yeah, please don't forget to subscribe. It's just fantastic. I'm really trying to get the numbers to 3,000 by Christmas. That's ambition, hey. Is it possible? Anyway, I hope so, Virgo. Join our happy flock, why not? Yeah, so I'll leave you all in peace. Thank you for joining me. And if you're not watching this video right now, you'll wonder why I'm mentioning Christmas, but it's because I'm recording it in November. But you will see this reading when you're meant to find it, okay? So take care, Virgo, and yeah, love and light.